sorry it took me just a little bit of time to get started there. So good afternoon, welcome to class. Certainly good to have everyone back at Mississippi State today, every day. But certainly it's going to be a great semester here. So I'm just going to go over a couple quick ground rules. Most of you probably know about the mask policy. Into effect, you have to wear a mask indoors. Outdoors, you can do whatever you want. So certainly, feel free to do whatever there. The lectures will be live streamed. So if you choose to attend them in person, that's great. If you choose to attend them virtually through Teams, that's also great. If you choose to watch them on my YouTube channel after the fact, that's also great. You got a lot of options there, or you could do absolutely nothing. There's no attendance grade. Basically, all the grades inside of this class, you don't have to attend in person for. So you have the flexibility to make your own decisions, which I think makes a lot of sense. Couple days into class, we'll probably do a seating chart that's only for the university. So in case they have to do any sort of contact tracing to know who is sitting where. I'm certainly not the best with names, so remembering who's where could be a little challenging. So I'll probably do that a couple days into class. We'll also scan in. You don't even have to touch it. You just hold your card up to the scanners. Either one works fine. I'm not going to do anything with the attendance. You won't get any bonus for attending, but it'll be used in case there's any, in case the university requests the information of who was present and who wasn't. Like I say, it's not part of your grade at all, so you don't have to worry there. But let's jump right into it. So certainly welcome to class. I've talked about the teams. You all should be a member of the team. Let's talk about my YouTube channel a little bit. It's out there. It's basically where I put all the recorded lectures. Of course, if you hadn't figured it out, we're meeting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12:40 to 1:30. Don't let me go over. I don't want to hold anyone here any longer than I'm allotted. So certainly keep that in mind. Kind of briefly run through some of these university policies right now. So we have the honor code. And speaking of that, I forgot to share my screen for the video, so that's my bad. Okay, there we go. So again, we have the honor code. Don't cheat. If you cheat, I'm going to pursue the highest possible punishment that I can. So that would be an F in the course. It's pretty hard to cheat in here. Tests are open book, open note. Most of the projects are going to be group work. I don't know how you could cheat, but if you find a way to cheat, don't do it, because then you'll fail. That's not a good thing. Disabilities. University has a disability services. I believe they're over in Montgomery. I don't know. Certainly, the syllabus probably has more information about that. Title IX, don't sexually harass anyone. If you sexually harass anyone in this classroom, it's not a good thing to do. So I'd certainly recommend against any sexual harassment. Campus safety, we have a university police department. If you witness a crime, please make sure to contact them and report it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Their number is listed in my syllabus. Mask, again, just kind of reiterate. The university requires that you wear a mask indoors. That includes this class. Delivery changes. Throughout the semester, it's possible there could be changes to the course delivery. Email will be sent out kind of regarding anything if that happens. And if you want some good material or having some trouble sleeping, check out my syllabus, the last 2 pages. It's got tons of policies in there. Great material. Certainly check them out. Okay, so let's talk about how to contact me. Probably the best way is going to be before or after class. I'll try to get in here about 10 minutes early. Try to leave, be the last one to leave, basically. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me then. You can also visit my office. I have an office hour from 11:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The university wants me to emphasize that it's preferable to do it via Skype, but I'm not going to turn you away if you show up. So certainly feel free to. I'll be signed into Skype. You can just give me a call during office hour. Apart from that, I'm available via appointment. You can reach out to me via email. My email address is right there. And also I got this kind of sarcastic little link here for the search engine. So basically, I'll just go ahead and put this on the screen so you guys can see it. Just kind of shows you another way to get some help. So you Google what you're looking for. Click this little Google search right here. and it's going to tell you, how do you do things. So a little joke I like to throw in every semester. But certainly, I mean, it's important, especially in an upper level class like this, that you make an effort to find information that you're searching for. So if you're searching for something, something in SQL, check out some different web resources first. Ask a classmate. Certainly a lot of the work in here will be done in groups, so certainly keep that in mind. Okay. Looks like I forgot to change this from another class I taught, so we'll just ignore that for now. The syllabus has the correct mission statement. I didn't look at these slides that carefully, I reckon. But yeah, certainly. So we have different note-taking software we can use. You can use whatever you like. I encourage the use of electronic devices during class, as long as you're not being distracting. So, if you're sitting there playing a game and you have your audio on, that's going to be a problem. But for the most part, do whatever you like during class. Doesn't really bother me at all. Different file storage applications you can use. We'll be using Microsoft Office, and we'll also be using MySQL Workbench. So you want to make sure you have that installed. But we're not going to be using that for a couple weeks, so no big worries there. We'll also be using, of course, Canvas. So you should be able to see all the stuff posted in Canvas. We'll take a good look at it together once we're through with the slideshow here. But basically, it's where you'll have the weekly assignments, which the weekly assignments are going to be due Sunday at midnight. So go ahead and get started on them now. I'm not going to bog you down with like a ton of work, but certainly some weekly assignments just to make sure everyone's staying engaged with the material. And then beyond that, throughout the semester, I don't write very many things. If I take the time to write something, it's an important concept. Certainly when we get to things like entity relationship diagrams, that's a very important concept. We'll certainly be engaging in, making those diagrams, understanding what they are, understanding why we have certain relationships. So you can do whatever you want to with your notes, though. If you wanted to, share your notes with someone in the class, I'd encourage that. I think that's a great thing to do. If you want to keep them to yourself, you can do that as well. It's certainly however you want to handle your notes, you can. So, that's kind of what I'm going to say there. Of course, we'll have exams in here. Roughly 80% of the questions are going to come pretty much straight from the book. About 100% of the questions are going to come from the lectures. So if you're sitting in class, you're paying attention to the lectures, you should do all right. There's going to be a lot of overlap there. Obviously, I'm going to cover quite a bit of what the book covers, but I may add some additional concepts as well. So at the end of class, or once we finish up with the slides, we're going to exchange contact information if you want. I'd certainly recommend it. You will be working in groups for a large portion of the assignments in here. So I'm not going to say you have to exchange contact information. It's kind of hard to work in a group if you're not exchanging contact information, though. So basically, it's going to be 3 exams, 45% of your grade total, 15% for each exam. The final is cumulative, so what I'll do is if you do better on the final than one of the other 2 previous exams, I'll replace it. If you do better on the final than both of your exams, I'll replace whichever one you did more poorly on. So if you get a 60 on the first exam, you get a 70 on the second exam, and an 80 on the third exam, I would average a 70 from the second exam, and I would average the 80 from the final twice. So basically, the 80 would count for 30% of your course grade, and the second exam in that particular instance would count for 15% of your course grade. So, beyond that, Canvas has a lot of good stuff in it. You've got the syllabus. It's going to have the schedules. You should be able to see those. It's where all your grades are going to be. Any sort of PowerPoints we use it in class, they'll be found there. And any other course files that I post or make throughout the class, you'll have access to them in Canvas. So it should be pretty straightforward there. I don't think I have any freshmen in here, so you probably used Canvas before. Like I was saying about the homework, though, 11:59 Sunday. If you submit it late, that is to say if you submit it 1 minute after 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, you're going to be penalized at least 25% per day. Could be more than 25% per day. But you're not going to have it be less than 25% per day. So greater than or equal to 25% daily penalty. You probably want to avoid that. So make sure you're submitting the stuff on time. We'll also have a discussion assignment. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Basically, you're going to lead a class discussion over a topic, probably going to be on a Friday. And you'll have an assigned chapter. You pick whatever you think is important from the chapter, and you'll discuss it. You'll have different business aspects, You'll do some sort of financial analysis. We'll kind of cover what that entails. We'll also, of course, have a course project. That's going to be done in a larger group than the discussion. And we'll have a rubric and stuff as we go along. So exams, we've talked about those. Just want to emphasize, don't cheat. Again, I don't know how you could cheat on them, but don't find a way. That would not be a good thing. So here's the grading formula. Basically, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You take the percentage, convert it to a decimal, multiply your average in each category, add them together. Pretty much all there is to say. I will give you half of a percentage boost. So if you have an 89.500, then it's an A. If you have an 89.499, it's a B. You got to have a cutoff somewhere. That's where mine are. Apart from that, just make sure you're being respectful throughout the semester. The main thing with that is please don't distract others. It's perfectly fine to ask questions. I strongly encourage it. If you don't understand a concept, I'm happy to explain it a different way. I'm happy to, you know, go over it as many times as I need to make sure everyone understands it. That being said, you know, I'm certainly happy to do that. So food, you know, I know it's around lunchtime. University says no food or drink in classrooms this semester. I'm just going to go with it. Will I kick you out if you eat? Probably not. But, you know, certainly try to avoid that. If there's any sort of weather problems in Starkville, you know, if the university closes for weather, rather, the class will not meet in person. However, we're set up for online, so it'll probably still meet online. You'll be able to catch up if you're having any sort of power outage problems, anything like that. It'll be posted on my YouTube page, so you can certainly check it out later. Having said that, if I don't have power, probably not going to be live streaming because, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory there. Yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much what the course policies are. This is probably the most important policy this semester, though. If you have any sort of symptoms of anything related to an illness, please don't come to class. You can, like I say, watch the thing live in Teams if you want. You can participate in Teams. All that's certainly okay to do. But, you know, please don't attend class if you have any of these symptoms. If you're running a fever, if you have a headache, chills, if you're coughing, you know, if you have any sort of congestion, anything like that. If you're vomiting, have diarrhea or nausea, we certainly don't want you in here. Rashes, conjunctivitis, you know, if you have pink eye, jaundice, you know, if your eyes are yellow, those are not good things to communicate. So certainly we'd prefer that you stay at home for those. But, you know, certainly, you know, make sure to wash your hands, all that stuff. Make your own decisions, whatever you want to do. Yeah, so the textbook, you can get this textbook right here. It's Data Management, Databases, and Organizations. Officially speaking, the university policy is, I have to tell you, it's at the bookstore. It's probably other places also. Could you get a better price than at the bookstore? Got me. You know, if I were going to bet money, I would say that a commodity, you know, may not be priced the same at every location. Make of that what you will. But basically, just make sure that you get the book 6th edition. I may assign problems throughout the semester from it. It's not a very expensive book. I'll leave it at that. But you don't need to worry about an online access code. You'll have access to it as long as you have the book. So there's not going to be any sort of online stuff. It'll all be through Canvas. Okay, let's tell me a little bit about myself. My name is Andrew Miller. If you registered for the class, you might have known that. You might not, though. So I do prefer the term Mr. Miller. I don't have a PhD, so it's not Dr. Miller. And I'm not informal enough to say Andrew, so Mr. Miller is what I prefer there. I'm not going to correct you if you say Andrew or if you say Dr. Miller. I'm not going to correct you or anything, but just what I prefer. So some of my hobbies include things like playing tennis. Any tennis players in here? That's good. That's good. It's a great sport. I also like to jog. Go jog around North Farm a couple times a week. Great jogging up there. Some of my research interests include business analytics as well as IT firm performance. Doesn't really relate to this class that much, but certainly that's what I like to do outside of this, I guess. So let's go ahead and go around the room and say your name, where you're from, and any sort of hobbies you want to share. And if you have something else cool, feel free to share it as well. I'm going to try to make sure I learn everyone's name. I'm really bad with names. So I'm going to make sure that you look at you in the face and say what your name is. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just start in the front. Okay, good to meet you, Ben. Okay, very cool, very cool. Good to meet you, Bryce. All right. That's fine too. Good to meet you, though. That's good to do. Got a PC gamer in here. That's all right. That's all right.
My name's Ethan Watt. I'm from Alabama.
Video games. Okay. You a PC gamer too, or you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I boot up Steam every once in a while. I don't have much time, you know, but when I do, I've been known to.
My name is Ben Sanders. I'm from Georgia. Playing guitar and playing video.
Forsyth's a great, great, great community up there. It's beautiful. I'm from Georgia as well. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm from Northeast Georgia, down in Hartwell. That's a great place as well. A lot of gamers in here.
My name's Jonathan Bishop. I'm from Lawrence, Mississippi. Hobbies include playing video games, watching movies, and occasionally jogging.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Hey y'all, I'm Charlie Zimmerman. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, and I like to
I'm William Park. I'm from Nashville.
Lifting weights. What do you bench? What about squat? Not bad. Pretty respectable. Evie, what's your favorite show? Is that on network or? Gotcha.
My name is Beckett Hall. Starville. I enjoy it.
You bench more than 315? All right. Or not bench, I meant to say squat. Okay. Well, you got some competition in here. We're going to have a, this is a database class, so I'm actually going to make a database of what everyone's squatting. You know, I'm just saying. I'm not actually going to do that. Golf, okay. What's your golf score? Okay, not bad at all. I played golf once or twice, and I don't think that I could count that high. But we're not going to go there. Lacrosse. I don't know what to ask about that. I guess I don't know. What should I ask about lacrosse? Let's ask that.
Like hockey, but just sticks.
How many points do you score in a season? Okay. Sounds pretty good to me. I mean, I don't know.
I'm David Banks from Banks.
Okay. Anthony? All right. Gotcha.
Andrew Brand. Playing a bit of golf.
What's your golf game at? Horsepower? Not bad at all. Travel, what's your favorite place you've been to? Fiji. Okay. Sounds good. Who's your favorite artist? Who? Is that rap or is that? I don't follow the new stuff. Sorry, guys. Okay, sounds good. Electric skateboard, okay. So what? The student affairs? Okay, I gotcha. Very cool. Okay, fishing gear. What's your biggest fish? Saltwater. That's living the salt life right there. Okay.
I'm Vincent, Tiago, I'm from like to play.
Okay, very good. All right. So the reason I had you guys do that, just so we kind of know each other a little bit better. You guys taken classes together before? I don't know how far along people are in their programs and stuff. You'll probably take classes together, I'm sure. So feel free to take a couple minutes, exchange contact information with people who maybe share your hobbies, people you already know. Whoever you want to, feel free to do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the teams for now. Gonna